What's happening, everybody? Happy Onewheel Wednesday to all of ya. My name is Scot Mendenhall, and this is our podcast where we cast, we pod. I don't even know why they call it podcast,
Cast
but
the pod?
we'll get to that. We got Lily and Holly in the room. Lily's to my left. How you doing today, Lily?
Hi, doing so good. I got Holly made me a warm cup of coffee.
Yeah,
it's
you
delicious.
would think that you guys are, because you're just bringing out some warm brew, that it's cold here in Minnesota, but it is straight up humid. Holly, you are the barista today. What did you make for everybody?
I just made some Southern Pecan coffee. Just
Southern
fantastic.
pecan.
It's
If
great.
you're a coffee drinker, you should put in your coffee of choice, and Holly and I will try it someday.
Yeah,
as you do that,
Any excuse to drink coffee.
we want to know. I asked this to the ladies. So if you're brand new around here, we're going to talk about one-wheel stuff. We have some great tips for beginners, seasoned vets, and all the above. We have brand new content that we have found out in the wild world of web or internet.
What?
We are going to show you some sweet content that we've seen elsewhere. We thought you need to see it. It's just going to be a fun show today, okay? So we're excited. So jump in the chat if you would. Let us know you're there. We're going to need your participation today, asking questions, giving your opinion to help other people get better at one-wheeling. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But as we let everybody warm up and get into the chat, here's a question. Are there drinks that you should never drink with a straw? For example, should you never drink hot coffee from a straw?
I don't think hot things typically get consumed with a straw.
They don't lend themselves well to a straw.
Why do you say that? Please leave in the chat if you have an opinion on this. Peter McKinnon, which is one of the godfathers on YouTube, he posted a short today about drinking coffee from a stainless steel straw with a filter underneath it. And Holly and Lily both like, nope, can't do that.
No,
Can't drink.
I said I would try it.
I would
Try it.
totally. I didn't say I would
totally
totally try it, but if I wouldn't likely be using that at home. If I was traveling or something like that, might take that with me because it has like the filter. It was a cool idea, but I'm not gonna use that for my everyday coffee.
Okay.
My
So
opinion.
straw out for coffee. Majority, you're just saying hot coffee out with the straw. Is that what you're going to, Lil? If you had to choose, out with the straw and hot coffee.
Yeah, but I'd still want to try the product.
The filtered.
Yeah,
thing.
I want to try it.
Okay. All right. Just wondering how everybody else is saying out there. Good to see Jared in there. Kathy French, all the
Love
way from
Kathy.
Texas. And she puts in her favorite coffee, Texas pecan coffee, which that is a treat. It is a delightful.
Is it?
It is. I actually, how do I know that? It smells good. I don't drink coffee, so I can't. I know the smell.
That's shocking.
That's shocking.
Everyone's
says
going,
milk.
what? You don't drink coffee?
No, I don't. Do you see anything here? I have my fruits and vegetables in a drink, and then for those that don't know, you see Liquid Death sitting on the desk. For all of you wondering, this is water, and they're trying to. Well, the reason their whole idea of Liquid Death is they're trying to kill plastic bottles, and so they're putting bottled water out of business by putting canned water, which I remember back in the day, there used to be an argument from drinking it from aluminum cans that it gives you Alzheimer's or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's true. Anyways, let's continue saying hi to a lot of people. We got Point Z13 before we get into today's stuff. Hello. We have Optical
Opal.
I can't even say
I
the
can't do
second
the
part
last
of
part,
that.
but howdy. Says
Hello. Good to see you. All types of straw, hot coffee. What are they saying there? What-
No to
Yeah.
it. No.
Okay. There. That's my thought when I saw it. I build glass and make glass straws that are. Ooh, what? See, I love learning. Did everyone catch that?
That are dishwasher safe. Corey v. Corey.
How do we get those glass straws? Please get us
Do you have
link.
a place you can order that?
Yeah, and do they come with a guarantee that 8 children will not break them? Just saying, glass straws seems very risky
You
in
can't
our
guarantee
household.
anything.
Yeah, okay, don't have to guarantee. But we'd like to see these. We'd like to order some. We'll have them on the channel next week if we can get them by next week. By the way, tip of a hat to Happy Monday from Float Life. Got the old bucket hat. Remember BODHI last week? He debuted that here on the channel. And
But it's
boom!
But it's
fast.
Wednesday.
Yeah, but it's Happy Monday. I got it on Monday, so it works. And
It
I'm not
actually-
just wearing it on Monday.
What's the little logo?
Are you kidding me? Happy Monday. What do you think the little logo would be?
A sun?
Looks like a
Oh,
sunshine.
sun
I
with
thought you were
a-
talking about the O, as in Float Life's little logos. No? Okay.
Cool. Looks cool.
Okay.
You look cute in a bucket hat, babe.
You're so all too kind. Okay, so there's so many of you in there that are in the chat today. Thank you for joining us. Stay in the chat today. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pick a winner at the end of today. We haven't done this well. We're giving something away today. I know that we have a few things that we still need to get shipped out. The winner of the our I almost called it a bar soap because that was what Lily refers to this year. But our electric stoke pocket rocks. We got to still ship out. But we're going to send out a mini one-wheel kit to an individual that's in the chat today. So jump in the chat away. My GT arrives in hours.
I was just going to say breaking news.
GT data?
Yes.
Well done. We'll applaud that.
That's great.
Yay.
Can't wait. If you get it within the hour, if you want to, we'll send you a link. You can unbox it live with us.
We've done that before.
We have, and it's pretty fun and exciting and
now
nerve-wracking.
I follow that person on Instagram. And sometimes when he pops up, I'm like, who is this?
But then you
forget.
remember. And she remembers. Okay.
He unboxed his GT.
Okay, let's get into the topic of today as we talked about coffee and all those things. I love having all of you hang with us. This is our weekly podcast. It's One Wheel Wednesday where we talk about all things one wheel. Like I know my good friend Kathy French from Austin. She has rode a one wheel, but she doesn't own a one wheel.
But she loves us.
She loves us, and we love her. And this podcast is to just make friends with people all over the world. We would love to know, where are you? Here's what we're going to do. Right now, in the live moment, whoever's the furthest from the Twin Cities of Minnesota, we are just going to send you a mini one-wheel kit. So
Furthest?
Furthest away. So within, like, I shouldn't have said that because now people can just make up where they're from, right?
Don't lie.
Don't lie. Be truthful. Honor system for all of you. Where are you coming in from? We'd love to know where you're tuning in from, watching or listening to the podcast. We'd be pretty stoked to know. Okay, here we go. We're going to get right into it. First tips. If you are a brand new one-wheeler, you just got it. Like our friend here getting a GT, going to hop on it the first time. We're not going to give you any unboxing tips. We're going to give you tips on how to ride your one wheel. Okay? Lil, do you remember when you got on a one wheel for the first time?
Yes.
What was the scariest part?
Being imbalanced.
Being imbalanced. Okay. Being unbalanced, that is one of the scary things. Holly, you are still new. You're the longest newbie I know on a one wheel. It's been like for 5 years you've been a noob.
In those 5 years, I've had 2 children.
Oh, here we go. These are excuses.
Tell us more.
No,
Tell us. Give us a list of accolades/excuses.
I have already explained. There's a confidence when I am on straight, smooth pavement. You put me on grass, freaks me out every time. I don't know if pads. We had a friend over here earlier this week, and she padded up knees, elbows, wrist. She forgot a helmet, but then she went and got one. So that's all good.
She is riding today, practicing more.
Yeah, she was
awesome.
ready to go. Maybe that would help me. I don't know. It's the toe side to back side. I just have never been very good at it, even when you've tried to take me snowboarding.
Okay. So we used Holly to kind of teach on how to ride. But Holly, in your newbiness, what was one of the first things that freaked you out besides grass? Because seriously,
man,
it's grass. Like if you fall in grass, what's the worst gonna happen?
I guess I don't know. Maybe nothing major. I think figuring out how to balance up, how to.
Okay, so
how to get it going.
Both of you are saying the same problem, the balancing factor. So if you're new to one-wheeling, we're going to use our little mini one-wheel kits that we have here. This is a expired XR. It'll make them anymore. That's why we're saying expired. So you get your one wheel and it starts like this. You got to bring it up to balancing, but you're not balancing. They're not talking about this front side to back side business of the board. It's the toe side and heel side of your body because you have to balance back and forth. The board does this side, front or left or right on its own. So how do you do that? Okay, so here's your first hint. You're just unboxing your one wheel. You're going to want to charge it because they all come about 30% charge. Go ride for a second, but get it fully charged, and this is what you need to do. And we have video footage of this. You need to find something to hold on. We suggest car mirrors because you are not going to put a bunch of weight on that mirror. I think we have footage to illustrate this if we can hit that.
But you might.
See, here, Holly's going to demonstrate. Hold on to the mirror because you're not going to put all your weight on it. And then you get forward. And then what it's going to do is allow you to compensate your weight to the board scenario. And so that's our first suggestion. Find something to hold on to. Kathy French, Kathy French is not... She wasn't just born yesterday.
She's young at heart.
She's young at heart, but seasoned veteran of one-wheeling.
She just said what she's fearful of is falling.
But I held on to her. She rode in a carpeted surface. She was in a huge basement of a church in Austin, Texas, and I held her hand as we went around this massive room, and she rode it superbly, but holding my hands, and she could ride well. She didn't worry about the balancing now. She could just worry about, how do I make this thing move forward? How do I not fall off of it? So I suggest all of you, find something to put your weight on. Find something to hold your hand. Even we have footage of Lily with the first time she really rode and it was in snow and ice. You held some stranger's hand. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
How was that? It worked, right?
It was fine. Yeah.
Okay.
It worked.
Thanks for more input. And then it was just fine.
No, I mean,
you have nothing more
he's
to
the one
add.
who brought the one wheel, so I trusted him. I
Yeah. I was hoping you'd add into, holding somebody's hand, make it really easy. But
yes.
no,
Well, having someone with you, guiding you, is easy in many different parts of life, so including one wheel riding.
Okay. There's a lot, we could go off on another tangent, but we're not. So have somebody help you. That's number one. Two, you're gonna go riding. Where do you look? Everybody wants to look where, Lily, first. Where's everybody looking? Let's
down.
Down.
This is game changer.
Okay.
Pay attention to this.
Everyone looks down at your feet because you think the more I focus on my feet, I'm not going to fall. Here's the deal. This is a life principle as well. This isn't just one wheeling. So if you came here for just one wheeling, here's your life principle. Look ahead. Look where you're going to go, not where you are. Look where you're going, not where you are. Again, we're trying to teach Holly this all the time. And my kids, hey, stop looking at your feet. They're not falling off, okay? You're going to be on the board. Look forward. So maybe you're struggling with wobbling and stuff. We're going to get to that in a second. But it will eliminate some of the wobble if you look forward. We got footage where Holly is just looking forward on the one wheel so that you can see her move down the street because she's focused on the street side of things. And so focus on, I stood in front of her and pointed, look at me, and see now she's riding very stable. She's not wobbling, and she can...
Go, Holly.
Holly's doing it. She said that's one of her favorite looks.
That one wheel's so cute.
That one wheel now is a growler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened with it. Goodbye. Dismantled it. You didn't ride it enough, so it became a growler, which those are so much
I
fun.
was pregnant. You and I decided I wouldn't ride.
You were pregnant there in that video?
No.
Oh.
No, I'll only ride when I wasn't pregnant.
Right.
So I haven't had the practice. No excuse. I'm not pregnant now. I can go practice.
I haven't been pregnant for almost 3 years.
Yes,
Okay.
true.
It's crazy to think
Let's
about.
applaud that. Let's just seriously.
Oh my gosh.
Our
She
little
could be
one
pregnant
turns
right now,
3.
but for right now, 3 years.
We don't know.
Okay, so I
Wow.
like what OPAL says. Oh, wait, no. Talked about look down. Somebody look down, look ahead about 7 feet. Here you go. It's IC one-wheeler bros. 7 feet ahead while quick glancing in front of you. Yep, that's about it. Look 7 feet ahead, not down, out. You're not looking down ahead of you. You're looking out and glancing down to make sure you're not going to fall in potholes, okay?
You got a few people asking what a growler is. Can you?
I just answered in the
Oh,
chat.
never mind.
But it's
We
okay.
took
We
care
A
of
can
it.
talk- you
growler
can talk
is
about it.
a kit from the Float Life where they have shortened the rails so that it's a shorter board, which then allows you to put on a nice size tire like a pint tire, which gives you this very nimble, fast, stout board. I mean, that's it. You shorten it up. It's much faster. It's a lighter weight deal. It's really fun to ride. I really enjoy it. It's changed the entire experience. That's like after you learn how to ride, go to get growlers and WTF rails and all those things. You still need to learn on your stock stuff. I know somebody's going to ask, I'm a beginner. I'm thinking about buying a board. What board should I learn on? Whatever board. It doesn't matter. Just get on one wheel. They're all about the same idea. Some upgraded technologies in the newer stuff, but still, you're trying to figure out how to go forward, and you're trying to now conquer the speed wobble. Lily, anything to teach a new beginner on the wobbles? And please drop comments what's worked for you, because people are going to want to know, because they're tuning in and going, okay, I just got a GT, but I cannot get past the wobbles. Is there
wobble.
Yeah, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I
What's
would
that?
say find some flat ground. If you're not already on flat ground, why are you not? And then I would say relax, take a deep breath. And then I would say try to like widen your feet and your shoes so that you're like firmly planted, and also feel the weight in your heels and your toes so that you're not like too much on one side, too much on the other. And then again, if you have someone else to help you, that should help the wobble too, and bend your knees.
If you live in an apartment complex, this is genius. I read it, and then it's Kyle. Kyle says, I think it was Kyle that wrote it. Mm-hmm. He said he lives in an apartment complex, and what he did is he went into the hallway and used both walls to stable himself. That's genius.
Yeah, I do
great
that
idea.
so that I don't have to carry my one wheel.
Yeah, that's genius. Like, I have rode in, I've never been in an apartment complex with my one wheel, but I have been in hotels, and it is so much fun to just fly down the hallways on carpet. Riding one wheels on carpet is so awesome. Right there in the awesomeness is golf courses. Just so you know, golf courses are pristine. Get permission to do it. Every video we've ever rode on golf course is either it's closed for the season, so we're not ruining it, or we have permission to film there. Just side note for everyone that says, "You right, we do. We check this out." Okay, speed wobble is a thing. It usually means you're going too fast for the ability that you actually possess at the moment. It means you need to strengthen your ankles and knees. Sometimes bending your knees is a lot of a necessary thing. A lot of you need to do is stop riding it like you're just this unbendable object. A little bit of bend in the knees, that becomes the shock. Then it's not as rigid. So when you hit something that makes you bounce, you can absorb it a little bit. When you're just this rigid person, you're going to fly off your one wheel.
I think I ride stiff a lot.
Absolutely. Like, go back to that footage. Are you kidding me?
I
Let's
don't
roll
really
that
know how
footage.
to bend my
Look at
knees.
yourself. There is no bend in your knees at all. You are a stiff board. Put some bend in there and you'll be all right.
Maybe that's how you get the workout.
Maybe.
You bend at the knees.
Bend the knees. You'll feel it in your thighs for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, how about the dismounting? This is always fun. Go back to where you started. Practice dismounting, holding onto a car mirror if you're outside. If you're like the good old man we just read about in the apartment complex, grab the wall. You got to come to a stop and lift your heel. A lot of people, like, you just jump off, like my kids. They just jump off at a moving object, like both feet. And then they wonder why they eat the dirt all the time. That's not exactly the best way to do it. Coming to a pause and then lift you're going to see how they do it here. She's holding on the mirror of what we call the moose. She's going to lift her heel of her front foot, and then it shuts off and goes down. Simple as that. Now, you can have simple stop turned on. I do find simple stop a little frustrating for me because I want to go forward and backwards. And you lose some of that backward sensation at lower speeds. It'll just shut off, and that's just frustrating to me. So I always shut simple stop off. Always lift the back heel. Boom. Get good at that. Because, my gosh, this is where people put their weight going forward and activate the front sensor, and the one wheel spins out, and it's just a hot mess. Just stop being a hot mess. That's it. Stop being a hot mess. That's what we're trying to say.
That's not easy to do.
Not easy to do to not be a hot mess, Lil.
Yeah, like just stop. You're just telling, just stop being a hot mess.
Yeah. Stop being a hot mess. Like, we're just trying to say, don't be a hot mess. We're trying to help all of you become better at one wheeling. Lily, as we're just talking about beginner one wheels, is there anything else we need to cover, or are we covering the essentials for the beginning one wheeler? And then write comments in the chat here, and we'll try to answer them. If you have questions, how do I fix this? What's something else maybe that we haven't covered?
I guess I would say if you're a beginner, you probably need to make sure you have a helmet.
Okay, a helmet's good. We're going to talk about helmets in a second.
Safety first.
Safety first. I also think
Get the app.
The app. Yep, that's another one. Tether your board to your app. The other thing is foot fatigue. People are always talking about that. That's some of those things that you got to deal with first off. It just happens to everybody. It happens a lot of times when I change my tires to a harder compound. Then I get a little bit of fatigue till I get in shape, in a sense, to feel that the new feeling of the one wheel. The biggest thing you can do for your one wheeling experience when you get foot fatigue is to carve. Carving will ease the blood flow to your feet so that your feet don't fall asleep, and then you don't have that pain and I need to get off your one wheel. Nothing like being on a long group ride and having to stop because you can't feel your feet. You got to learn to carve. I think that's very intuitive to carve, but I come from snowboarding background, and I love to longboard and all those things. If you don't know how to carve, you got to get used to leaning back and leaning toe side. Leaning back is going to really help you be able to turn the thing around. You don't want to be the individual that you have to stop your board and turn your board around. Look at this. This is historic carving. This is me showing you this. The carving is where you really get to feel the floating sensation that I believe Onewheel is intending for all of us to have, is in that carving sensation.
Look at her go.
And it comes at the ankles, not your hips. And so that's why it helps foot fatigue as you learn how to carve. Or Kyle, carve or dance for foot fatigue. Yeah, you can.
Can I add to that?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
What would you like to say?
You told me that like early on it was probably later on in this video or something or another time to carve a little bit. And it doesn't have to be, I kept thinking when you were saying carving that it had to be like a severe turn, back and forth, left and right. But even just a slight learning how to carve relieves that foot fatigue. So when we would go on family rides and stuff, even just a little bit of the carving, just to take some pressure off of the heels and then off the toes, helps tremendously.
Great. Thanks for.
That's my thought.
Love her input. Love it
Yeah,
when
thanks
you
for
give good
talking so I
input,
can finish
Holly.
my reds and greens.
Yeah, well done.
I needed to get that in.
Good job.
We try to give truth.
Way to
try
go.
to give truth.
You try to give. Okay, so for those that are still in the chat, I see a lot of you giving your input on it. We love seeing that in the live portion of the podcast today. All of your words and how you're fighting foot fatigue, or you're learning to do the stopping of the heel lift. I can't stress it hard enough. Turn off simple stop as fast as you can and get to the stopping with heel lift. It will open up a new world for you. It will help you in so many things. When you get down to city riding and you're at a stoplight and you're trying to just stay on your board so you can go as soon as you turn green, but your board shuts off and it becomes this awkward moment, it just eliminates all of those things if you learn how to stop by lifting your foot. Then we can get to some of the other complicated things.
Yeah, you could just jump off.
Where you could jump off both feet, are you saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get people not to do.
Oh.
I think because I don't have footage of it. I should have some of my kids do that, jumping off with both feet. Then all of a sudden you have your one wheel that's still moving.
Yeah,
And if you're in a group ride, that's gonna hit somebody. It's just not. It's not. Don't do it.
What about a hard stop?
Hard stop. That's the next step, but we aren't gonna teach that
That's
today.
like a trick.
That's not a trick.
Holly, I used to think that was a trick until I started doing these wooden things that we have in the trails. I don't know what to call them. Wooden things.
Features.
The features.
Features.
Those are tricks.
No, those are
I
not
am
tricks
officially
either.
a trick rider.
That's not a trick.
What
That's
is
just
it?
riding off-road and trails. You girls.
No
So
way.
you do tricks now,
They're
Lil?
obstacles.
They're features. No, they're not obstacles.
Well,
They're
impressive.
features.
Lily's a trick rider.
When you ride in trails and there's wooden obstacles, we call those features. They're not. It's like you're riding that trail system because of the features that are featured. You feel what I'm saying? Lily, a simple stop or a drop stop or a hard stop or a slide stop is not a trick. It's just part of Holly. It's not a trick. Okay. All right.
Well, DS suggested earlier to ride switch, and that will help foot fatigue as well. And I was like, oh, now you're talking crazy. I
Yeah.
can't even ride normal.
Yeah. We've done races in switch and stuff before. That's hard. And it's hard. It makes you a better rider for sure, but it is difficult to ride in switch for a long, long time and at speeds without.
What's a body varial again?
Is that what it is you said, or
What is that
it?
again? I forget.
Did somebody leave?
Someone said that's a trick.
The body varial. Yes,
it a
that
trick?
is. Yes,
What is
that
it
is
again?
a trick. A body varial would be where you do a 180, drop bump off of your board and do a 180.
Oh,
You can do that, right? Occasionally.
think
You've done it
so.
once or twice.
maybe by accident.
No, we've done a trick where you had to jump off up
Maybe
in
by
the air and turn and
Oh,
face
sex
the other way.
change?
Yes.
Oh,
That's a 180. It's a body variable.
I can do that. I can do that.
Right. That's a trick. The other trick
Yeah.
is, I still forget the name of it, but where you hold your front foot butt down and the board spins and you jump back on it. I love that trick. I can't
Someone
get it done.
says, if you are getting tired riding, stop and take a break. Most times when I almost die, it's because I'm fatigued.
Yes.
If you're almost dying, we should chat. You're riding too much.
Yeah, you're no, it's just like you
We
build
don't need
into
to get
it.
to the point of death here.
Yeah, like no one wants you to be
What's
in
a
that spot.
back one?
A back one?
Back one is a trick.
I don't know what that trick is. Maybe they need to write that in the chat. What is a back one? I don't know.
Okay. I'm
DS,
done.
let us know what that is.
Okay,
Just wanna ask that.
after you figured out how to ride, now let's talk about helmets. I don't know if you're pro helmet or not. We are pro helmets around here. We didn't used to be. We used to ride without them, and then it was like, why would I not? And so we have a whole selection of helmets sitting here to my left. Lily's right out here. These are the helmets that we have ridden. So how often should you? Thank you, Vanna White. But Lily, there you go. That's so you could have her job, I think. Oh wait, she's gonna practice more. That's real good. If you need some work, polish it. There you go. Okay. Wow.
I'm looking
Lily
at our confidence
equals
monitor.
grace.
Yeah.
graceful.
If she's really, if you caught
I am
it, she's
so
also
graceful.
flexing as she was doing that.
I wasn't flexing.
She's a CrossFitter. She likes anytime that the sun is out, the guns are out. But nonetheless,
Oh,
Holly,
the
how long do
guns
you
need
think someone
sun.
should keep a helmet? Like, do you think a helmet is good forever, or do you think they should cycle out of them?
I think you should cycle out of them. I think it also depends on how, like, if you've hit your head in that helmet multiple times. Like, if you've had a bad fall and you've whacked your head, probably cycle out sooner than later.
Okay, I think
Right?
that's
It's kind of like a car seat. I know a lot about car seats.
This is not a car seat topic, though. I mean, one goes around your body and one goes around your head. Very different. Okay.
But I think it's the same idea. The
Same
plastic
idea.
goes
If
bad.
you hurt or hit your head while wearing a helmet, it is time to get a new helmet. They're only good for, to be honest with you, even a drop. If you drop your helmet from in your hands to the ground and hits the ground, it's over. It's no longer rated to protect your head. I know that sucks because how many times have you dropped your helmet or it just fell out of your hand? It's over. It's actually not going to protect your head. A rule of thumb we try to use around here is once a year, we switch out our primary helmets and they become the secondary helmet unless we have fallen and hit our head or something. Joey's probably had the biggest head smack on ice at one point. He no longer wears that blue helmet. He's upgraded to a black helmet. But these are some of our favorites, and we'll give you reasons why here and point you in a direction. When it comes to winter, I love this Oakley, I think it's a Mod 5 helmet, but it is a winter helmet. So it is very warm. It keeps the wind out of my ears. It has vents where you can open it up. But the vents are only great when you're riding in like 40 degrees weather. You're not going to want to do a sunny day in 60 degrees. It's not going to be comfortable. This is for winter riding.
I think that looks like a Halo helmet.
It kind of does. It kind of looks, it's sweet. It's one of the most comfortable helmets.
Halo, like the video game?
I think that's what she said.
that took
It's
me a
one of the
second.
most comfortable helmets I have ridden. If I could get a helmet that would feel like this all season long, that'd be sweet. Lily's favorite is sitting on there. Lily likes the 1,000 helmets, right, Lil?
I do.
You want to grab that so they can see?
Sure.
And she's rode those for the most part. This is the 1,000 collab with Onewheel, which is a sick
It's
helmet.
sweet.
They gifted it to us. Why are you chuckling?
Because the switcher, she's moving slow today.
Yeah, and the girls are screaming at
It's
each other.
okay.
If you can hear their
Here's-
voices in the background, it's because they're shouting.
This is, I like the 1,000 brand. Here it is. But this is, you can buy on onewheel.com to get this cool guy.
yes.
And it reminds me of that, what is that movie? What's that car?
Oh, with the
Herbie?
Volkswagen.
Herbie. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
if you
does?
can tell, Lily
Yeah.
keeps looking at herself in a confidence matter. That's what she's looking at you as.
I'm
she
trying
looks,
to get it.
Yeah. You look a little crazy because your eyes are not actually looking at them. You're looking past
the
like
video. I'm
lazy
looking at-
eyes.
They're like looking up.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Look at the camera for those at home that are watching this, because if you listen to this as a podcast, you miss out on a whole lot of things
These-
around here. Lily and
This
her lazy
also
eyes.
has the tightener thing, so you
Your
can
other
adjust to
1,000
your
doesn't
head.
have that, does it?
No.
That's
I
more.
have 2,000 helmets. The one that I have, and also it has a Onewheel logo there too. It's sweet. It's super slick.
But hold on, the other thing that's unique to those 1,000 helmets, they are bicycle helmets. So that other logo on the back, it pops out so you can secure it to a bike, or even if you wanted to secure it to a Onewheel, I don't know, right, Lil? Doesn't it pop out?
Yeah.
Yep, it sure does.
Yep.
And it's magnetized, and so is the
The clasp,
clasp.
which some people known as Joey struggles with this
Hilarious.
clasp. He can figure it out.
There you go.
It's like magic to him.
I
He's
think
like,
it's
"Whoa."
like, it's
Yeah.
like foolproof.
So that is
I think
another
they're
great
more fun
option
for the girls.
Now, what'd you say?
No, I mean, guys can wear them too, but to me, they're
Yeah.
more like.
You're holding. That is my helmet.
I like it for me.
I like that helmet as well. It's especially on a hot sunny day with the white. It's super nice, and it's not covering my entire head. Which another version that I rode for a long time is the S1 Retro helmet. I like that helmet a lot, but on really hot days, it is not a comfortable helmet to wear because it covers your ears. Let me grab it.
So it's hot. I like the S1 helmet. That's what I have. And that's what all of our kids, the retro style.
Yeah, I would strongly suggest this helmet if you have little groms
I
running
like that
around,
it covers the ears.
because it gives a little bit more protection around the face. I've learned as groms fall, especially if they're 5 to 8 years old, there's no even understanding how they fall. Like, they aren't moving their face out of the way, and the side ear coverage has protected their moneymaker, their future moneymaker, their face. So that is a really
Multiple
nice
times.
feature of this helmet, but hot on really warm days. S1 has a lot of really cool options. My favorite go-to all around any given day, unless it's a blizzard, is my POC helmet, which I'm due to upgrade because it's a couple years old. It's one of the most lightweight helmets, and I like the way it looks. POC makes tons. I believe they're a mountain bike company. They make a lot of good options for helmets, but this one, just the way it fits, it's comfortable on my head. This is a great helmet. It protects the lower part of your neck, especially if you're going to ride on trails. This is a good trail helmet. So those are our quick. I don't think you can go wrong on helmets. There's new technology coming out, I think, out of Sweden for new helmet technology. You can get helmets that have lights on the front and the back if you're into those things. There's all kinds of crazy features of helmet, but find a helmet that is super comfortable, that's not too hot. POC is probably a go-to place to start. Oakley makes a lot of great winter helmets, and then Thousands is less bulky, very lightweight, and it's got a look of its own. So get a helmet somewhere and slap it on your noggin. You'll be like, look, I just hit it. If you heard that, I just knocked that into a stool. No bueno. Not good. It's done. Hey, let us know what helmet you prefer to ride. Maybe we didn't cover a brand that you ride. Maybe you like, for a season there, I rode I think they're 888s.
Yep.
I don't really care for their helmets as much. I felt like they were very bulky. No. Maybe the bulkier the better. I don't know. But I just felt like it was very large on my head. And so I went away from the 888s, and I haven't found a 888 that I've liked since. I think 888 sponsors the skateboarding legend. Anyone know who I'm going to say?
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk. Well done, Lil.
Thank you.
How did you know that? That's where I was headed.
Because you said legend.
Oh, is that how many skateboarders
Skateboard legend?
do you know?
Tony Hawk, Ryan Sheckler. I don't.
Sean White, Bob Burnquist.
Sean White is a snowboarder.
No,
He was a skateboarder.
I'm sure he can do it all.
No,
He started in skateboard.
He's got gold medals in
skateboarding.
Bob Burnquist, another. But what I'm liking here is we got a lot of vintage skateboarders, but
Vintage.
no modern.
None of the new
I
ones.
don't know any modern.
Guys, come on, that's okay.
I should.
You should. Like, how about he's sponsored by Nike? Anyone drawn? No.
Nike skateboarding.
Sponsored by Nike. Very good. His dad is a slightly well-known actor. Still no?
Oh.
I got nothing.
Are you not remembering either?
No, I know. I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna wait for you guys to get it. Either you'll Google it.
I'm
or,
gonna Google it.
Like I own his shoes. I have some of his. Nija.
What?
Anyone? When I say Nija.
Nija?
We just watched.
How about Janowski?
Janowski. Who's that? Janowski sounds like a football
Is Janowski a person? Yeah,
Janow-
Janowski's are Nike skateboarding shoes. Probably named after.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay,
That style of shoe.
Okay. We got Jared says, I'm rocking a 888, but might try S1 or POC.
Bam Margera.
Bam! Oh, yeah, that's another good one.
That's a
BODHI.
vintage.
Someone says BODHI.
BODHI, great snowboarder and skateboarder.
Like
and
BODHI
wonderboarder.
Harrison?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, BODHI. Have you not?
Nigel Houston.
Nigel Houston.
Huston.
Okay, we dabbled into this last week when we had a lot of cool guests in here. Last week was so much fun. We had a surprise visit from BODHI, which was so cool. Then we had a call from it's arguably the coolest one-wheeler ever, who has over 34,000 miles on his one wheel. He has gone around the globe at least once on his one wheel and headed to doing another round of it. He lives in Washington, D.C. It was Javier Starks. That was so much fun. You can go back and see that conversation on our YouTube channel and stuff. That was a fun one last week, and we were talking about grip tape. And so today we're going to spend a little bit more time on grip tape. Let's hear in the comments, what is your favorite grip tape? This week we come fully loaded with different versions of grip tape. We have a back foot pad of a XR. So this is what is stock on an XR. They have upgraded it a little bit for the GT, a little bit more grippy, but the sand that's in here that makes the grip is very fine. Last week I talked about my favorite grip tape being the grip tape from Craft and Ride, which is very coarse. You can kind of get a good glimpse of it, how coarse it is just in the light there. I don't know if you can see the difference there. This is a very coarse grip tape. But BODHI's point was it's very stiff. Like, it doesn't wobble. It's like if you bend it, it'll crack. Well, with the two that you have in front of you, will you give your thoughts as you're holding up the two?
I have 4 in front of me.
Yeah, so you're going to, hold up these two, this stock and the one you have in your hand already.
Okay.
Okay, what do you notice from the difference? One yours has water on it.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. What's one of the differences in the grip tape, just in the feel?
This one is more raised.
Okay.
So it just has, to me, what seems like it would be more grip. This one just feels more sandy.
Okay. What we have loved about the Craft and Ride grip tape is in the snow, it doesn't get compact on there. You can beat it off, knock it off really easily. But BODHI talked about how stiff it is. So they did research on this. A lot of people complain about the Craft and Rides that they have sensor problems because of how stiff it is. It doesn't activate. Now, I've not had any of these problems on my boards yet, but maybe I haven't. I'm not noting it. I've just blamed it on the XR sensor. This is a very stiff. We have Craft and Rides grip tape here, and you'll immediately see the difference. I pick it up.
Yikes.
That was my foot pad
That was
dropping.
not a helmet.
Okay, but now look at how, just in the bend, this one holding it in the same spot, this is going to crack if I keep letting it. This is very, very
flexible.
Flexible, thank you. But the grip on it, I've not rode this. The grip on here feels very nice. This is for the GT. I'm stoked to try this. It could replace this, but I don't know yet. Based on that stiffness, this might be my new go-to. So, Float Life, thank you for making something as coarse as this. We won't really know until winter, but flexible. Coarse,
you were asked earlier in the chat, are you still riding the foam grip tape that you had put on? Do you like it?
We have the foamies right here.
The one that smells good.
Yeah, it smells great.
Someone else just made that comment. New grip tape smells good.
Yeah, but this is like foam grip tape.
Yeah, this is...
Okay, these are wonderful, and they do help in foot fatigue and make your ride so much more like you're floating, okay? They are everything you'd hope that foam would be. They've even lacerated would be my best way to put grooved in here so you have a little bit more traction, but it's nowhere to where
near
this grip tape is. You lose the grip here, but the comfortability you gain here. So like when you play a video game and you got to choose between, especially a racing game, speed or torque or speed or takeoff, right? You got to sacrifice something. With the foam, you're sacrificing a little bit of the grip. This, you're getting ultimate grip, but you're sacrificing comfort because it is what it is. You're on a hard wooden thing. This gives you comfort. Lily, remember when we did the review a couple weeks ago on the Enduro tire, which you offended BODHI last week on how you don't like it, but
I didn't offend him.
He was like, I can't believe she doesn't like it.
We can ask him.
He said it. Did you go back and watch the footage after you walked out? He's like, even though she doesn't like the Enduro. He's like everybody's choices. Anyways,
I'm sure if I didn't like the WTF rails at first, and I love them now. So the next time I try the Enduro, I'm sure I'll like it more.
Okay, we'll find out.
Okay.
Somebody's writing in here. What did somebody say? Ben says, I really like the TFL, but it's harder to reposition your feet compared to the craft and ride. Oh, that's fair to know. I've not tested that part out. That will be interesting to feel. I still feel from any of these coarser ones from the stock, very hard to reposition your feet on the move because you can't. But I like that. I like when I'm going through the trails and stuff that my feet are staying to the
Someone
board.
wants to know if you can put grip on the foam. That's a good question.
That
It's
is a fair question. I know that you can
mattress
take the
pad.
foam and put it on the grip tape. I don't know how long the life expectancy of the foam on that is, but you can do that. The foam really eliminates that hard edge as well on the side of your GTs. There's just this lip which gives this concaveness 3 ways on your foot pad, which is such a delight. But this eliminates that ridge there, which is another welcome feature. But if I'm a trail guy, which I am, I like being on the trail, I'm probably moved more to 75% trails and 25% asphalt. This is great for street riding.
Is the point of that for comfort? Is that what, or, I mean, it's not meant to be grippy, right?
Right. It is meant to be comfortable and eliminate the ridge on the edges of your one-wheel GT. So if you hate the feel of that edge on your back and front foot pad, this is your solution. Right now, this is going to be a very quick fit, great company, great group of people making some really cool products. I mean, they've really thought it out. If I didn't ride in my dusty trails and get mud all over it, I would have left these on. But I went back to the grip tape because I enjoy being able to just rinse it off but have bite when it's a little bit muddier. But Lily liked the foot pad on the WTF rails. We have the gel technology from Craft and Ride on the back of that. And what was one of the things you immediately said about that? You thought it was the tire, but what did you immediately experience on the WTF with that back foot pad?
Just comfort.
It took away like the shocks, right?
Yeah, it took away the shocks. I was like super comfortable, really like floaty and less rigid. So yeah, if it was meant to help take away the shock, it did its job.
So there, she struggled with comparing the tires together because the ride has slight bit more comfortable ride to it. Again, that's for a XR. You can go to craftandride.com and get that. But comfort is to a lot of people a big deal. So you'd want this foot pad. Sometimes you want to be able to just stick on your board because you want to land the trick. Now, speaking of tricks, too grippy of a grip pad or a grip tape, and you're going to struggle to move your feet around as you need to adjust your feet to land a different kind of trick. So keep in mind, maybe super grippy grip tape isn't what you actually want. You want a slightly less coarse back foot pad or grip tape. So there's a lot of options out there. There's even other more foam things out there. I've just found the foam doesn't hold up as well in snow either because the snow just compacts to it very quickly and you can't knock it off because the foam gets wet, then freezes and holds the snow. Those are some of our thoughts in there. There's some of the more tips, again, as you're busting into your new one wheel and you're riding out there and you've got a couple thousand miles on your board. It's time to change your grip tape. I would suggest, let's ask the ladies here. We'll start with Holly, our most seasoned, still newbie rider.
Oh.
How often do you think you should change your grip tape, Hal?
How often?
Yeah, how often?
You have changed my grip tape on my one wheel multiple times.
But no, I'm asking how many times do you think you would suggest?
I think that's probably going to be preference of, like you said, if you're into doing some tricks or the trail riding and it's grippy and you want that grippiness to keep you on the board better, as soon as you lose that, change it out. Because if you get through a season here in Minnesota, if you're going through a season of the wet, the rain, the snow, all of that, you're going to go through it faster. So I'd probably say you need a new set by spring. But if you live in Florida or something, you may not experience some of the harsher weather. So it's probably based on personal preference.
Okay. She said it quite well. If you lose grippiness, change it. But I would suggest about 500 miles, depending on what you're riding in. It really, once a year, change out your grip tape. You sometimes don't even know you need new grip tape. You've just gotten used to the pathetic grip tape that's still sitting on your one wheel, and you haven't changed it out yet. Change it out. You'll be reminded of what fresh grip tape feels like, and fresh grip tape is amazing. It really is. Okay, it's that time in the show where we like to do is Lily standing or sitting? We haven't done this in a while. Is Lily standing or sitting? It is a game we love to play. It's one that's dear to all of our hearts. It's an enjoyable game. You don't even know if she's standing or sitting most of the time because she's the only human being I've ever seen on camera that's sitting or standing. She is exactly the same height.
And you can't tell.
You can't tell. Most people, when they sit on camera and they stand, you can tell. But not with the stools we have in the studio and not with the way God made Lily. Okay? And so, we're going to play a game. Why are you laughing at that?
That was quite the intro of is Lily standing or sitting?
Yeah, but like, how are you going to argue with, isn't it down to the way God's made you, right, Lil?
Yeah, he made me.
Okay, there it is. Is Lily sitting or standing? Okay, here it is. We're going to show you a picture. We're going to go to a live shot of Lily here. Here we go. She's scratching, picking her eye crusts out. No,
I'm not. Picking out eye crust. That's so weird.
She is doing something right now.
Standing or sitting.
Standing
I
or
am
sitting
or standing.
You're going to write that in the chat. Standing or sitting. We got DSA sitting. Okay, so we're looking for other people to give a guess. What is she, standing or sitting? Sitting or standing? What do you think it is? Here's the deal. We have these wonderful stools that were handmade for us. They're amazing, but the stools and Lily's
handmade,
legs,
not for our size, but they were.
No,
just
they're for your
handmade.
size. Just if you want to know, Lily's feet to hip ratio is the size of these stools. That's really the truth of it.
We got a couple standing.
We got a couple of saying standing. We still only have one person saying sitting. Wow, a lot of people saying standing now. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I think people's favorite game is wishfully guessing Lily's relationship status. Jared, coming in hot. All right, Lily, today, are you single or taken?
Today.
Yeah, it changes daily, weekly,
Today,
monthly, hourly.
Don't be like that.
It's not that at all.
No, it's not. I know that. My goodness.
My answer is, my answer is, I'm single, but do you love Jesus?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, then now back to the standing or sitting game.
I think there's more to that story.
Is Lily standing or sitting? Lily, what are you doing? Let's go to the wide shot. She is standing, ladies and gentlemen and ladies.
The only reason we played that is because I was starting to get uncomfortable, and Scott saw me start to stand up.
Yeah, but like again, go back to the tight shot. We'll show you why we play because it's like a magic trick around here. Okay, look, she's going to sit.
I'm 5'3". Opal.
5'3".
This is me sitting.
Okay, this is her sitting. Now she's going to stand and just watch her head placement. It doesn't move very much. And it only moved slightly because her head went forward. Okay. Nonetheless, I love that game.
I love that game.
I do. It's just like it's one of those, like when they have on TV the 7 marvels of the world. This is one of those marvels. Yeah, for me, it's like I can't believe Lily can stand and sit in this camera, and it's exactly the same.
You got to get out more, man.
I do. This is a marvel. But hold on, no, don't even say that.
That's hilarious.
Don't even say that. Look, watch.
Man.
For those that watch this, or don't watch this, you listen to it. I'm so sorry you're missing out.
Well, to me, what you're about to show is just sad.
Why?
You're so much shorter sitting down.
Yeah, watch this. Okay, I'm going to. Let's go. Here's me sitting, right? Sitting shot. We have a shot for me when I'm sitting because when I sit, it's drastically different. Then I'm just going to simply stand up, and I'm out of the shot. You can't play the game with me sitting or standing. Sitting, standing, standing, sitting. Okay, there you go. The game's over. We do have a lot of a good time around here.
You look so little.
We're starting to lose it.
We are? Is that what somebody said?
We're losing it?
No.
What? Who are you saying that to, Hal?
It's just we're going all different directions.
No,
It's so
yes,
funny.
yes.
Hey,
It
Mrs.
cracks me
Stark,
up.
if you
And
could
for our
switch when people are talking, that'd be wonderful.
And for our little intermission is over. Back to the show.
Back to the regulars. Okay.
What else
gonna
we got
start-
in those white cards, Scott?
Hold on.
What else
Some
we got?
people are guessing you're single after we
Oh, now we're playing single or taken?
yeah, that's
what?
what they said single in
It's
there.
not going to change.
Or nonetheless, here's the deal. If you're on the podcast and you're trying to pick up Lily, you got to slide into my DMs first and then or Holly's, and then you'll be vetted. And then we'll send you to Lily, right, Lily? Isn't that
Sure.
what we've all agreed
I'm
upon?
all for arrangement.
Okay,
do
I'm
it.
all for arrangement. Thank you, Lily, for that. That's good. Okay, we just went back about 200 years. All the women's rights movements, and all those things
It's
out
fine.
there.
I can speak for myself.
You can. That's right. You got the guns to defend yourself as well. So, right, and big shoulders to handle it all. There we go. Right, Hal?
Yeah.
Okay, what else you got on those white cards?
Okay, the white cards, which takes
I
us
didn't know what you were talking about. I was really confused earlier when you said that. That's
How are you
funny.
confused by it?
I don't know. I was
Track
thinking
with us.
maybe it was like a light box or something. I thought she said light cards. You're saying white cards. Is that right?
White cards?
What'd you
Oh,
say?
yeah.
Yeah.
His.
I thought you said light
was
cards.
like, what are
he's
you
going to
saying?
show us a new product, like a light box.
No. But I do like how Dia says, laugh out loud. Scott, I'm only sliding in DMs to join your group float.
We've got one coming up.
We do.
Memorial Day
we
weekend.
don't even have a video for it or anything, but
We
we're
don't have
stoked
anything.
on this. Okay. If you live in the surrounding areas of Minnesota, the Twin Cities, we're going to do a first ever Scott Mendenhall and Friends group ride, but we're going to start by feeding you hamburgers or hot dogs, whatever you would like. And we're going to meet at the Man's Theater in Champlin, Minnesota.
At
And
what time?
We're going to start eating at 12. At 12, we will eat for like an hour or so. We'll hang out in the parking lot as people come and gather and eat, and then we're going to ride a trail system that's right there. We'll just float around. You can come with whatever you want to ride, pints or XRs, and then we will do the Elm Creek, some trail system there, and come back around 10 miles maximum, probably not even that because we have some pint riders with us, so it will be one that those riders could ride on, and it'll just be a fun time. But you get a free meal, and you get to hang out with us and then go on a group ride. So there it is. First ever Scott Mendenhall and Friends group ride out of Man's Theater in Champlin, Minnesota. If you're close, come hang with us. Good plug, Lil. I forgot about that.
Thank you.
It'll be real fun.
Just,
Gonna
yeah.
be a blast.
It's so good.
On the 29th.
Okay.
That's the 29th?
The 29th, yeah, the Sunday before Memorial
Yep.
Day. There we go. That's what we're after. Okay, so we are building a trail system here, which we so desperately. Some of you have suggested so many good names for our trail systems, like so good one,
So
but none of them
have stuck.
yet. So we need some more names. We're trying to have a northern vibe to it, but we need a name for it because it's getting close to completion. We're gonna do Last One Wheeler standing in there. We have a drone shot of just where we're at
It's
right now.
coming together.
When you see it from the sky, it looks pretty sweet. This is only a portion of it. There is,
this
if you
was
ride
just
every
yesterday.
trail, it is a mile long. Some of it is underwater at the moment, but there are we're just putting
Look at that
features in there.
berm.
That berm is mammoth, over 70 feet
I'm
long.
starting to like that berm.
You have right there our finished pump track,
Yep.
which is so much fun. And then you can see where you see the drone shot coming down, and you get to see the trail that this is a straightaway. So much fun to just fly across on dirt. And then it comes into what I'm going to start calling the Sherwood Forest. I don't know. It just feels like we should. That's a good name. And back in there, we have more trails and a new feature going in there. Would you like to see the brand new feature that I don't know if I've ever seen a one-wheeler even attempt this outside of what we built
Like
yesterday.
attempt to make it or ride it.
Ride it.
Oh.
Like we're calling it the teeter drop. Legend, my son, we had to practice to make sure this even could work. We built it last night. It's not in the trails. This will be a future video of how we built this. But look, you teeter into a drop, so you drop twice and down
Looks like
on.
fun.
Let's show that one more time because that's sweet. It is 37 inches wide, so it's really wide.
Huge.
Yeah, 12 feet long into a 4-foot platform, and so it's 2 drops. It just makes it, you can see the crowd watching. Okay, so it's rideable. It's going to be legit. We're plopping that in the Sherwood Forest part of the trails in the next few days. In a week or two, we'll show you the how-to and where we put that one-wheel feature, which we're stoked to drop in there. That isn't just the Sherwood Forest part of our trails. And then we're just stoked on what's happening here. And so looking for some great names, okay?
They're saying Menden Trail.
The Menden Trail.
Lakeside
I
Gauntlet.
like that.
Flying Hawk Trails.
Lakeside Gauntlet?
Somebody
Where's that?
said,
I like that.
That was my
somebody
idea.
said Gauntlet, Shred Gauntlet. I kind of like Gauntlet. I like Gauntlet if we can figure out how to put that. Northern Gauntlet Trails.
Menden Hills.
Minden Hills.
I like that.
That's real funny.
I
like
like
that
it,
one.
but
Menden
it
Hills
doesn't.
Trail-
It needs
Menden
to have
Hill
maybe it's the
Trails.
Menden Hills Gauntlet. Now I can start feeling that because when people are ranking the trails in here, and these are noobs to have rode this forever, they're talking about how viciously hard these trails are. Lil, you've rode a lot of trails, a lot of bike trails. You've been injured on them.
Yeah.
How do you rank the hardness, the level of difficulty in this trail system?
Compared to like a single track mountain bike trail?
Yeah,
Probably like a 4 out of 10.
a 4 out of 10 in
4.
difficulty.
4.5, yeah.
So it's almost halfway to the super hard.
Single track single track mountain bike trails is like an 8 out of 10. 8 or 9.
On a one wheel?
On a one wheel.
On a one wheel.
Yeah.
So,
Single track.
so
So your wheel can barely fit inside of them. Those, so
That's
hard.
one really nice
So
thing
difficult.
about this track is it's wide.
it is
We've
wide.
done other tracks, even on our mountain bikes.
We're
and
getting better. A year ago it was very difficult because it was still rooty and all this stuff. We've done a great job to make it more rideable and safer. We're not trying to make it too safe.
Applause.
We're not trying to make it too rideable because we want to be technical back there. But we want it to be a fun place to ride in for all levels, and you can make it as difficult as you want. When this is fully built, we're gonna invite BODHI and Jeff out here to ride it and see what they could do on it because they're gonna show us what is possible. So we're pretty stoked on that. So if BODHI or Jeff, you're watching out there in Float Life, that was your official invite. We'll give you a written letter if we must to get you out here.
And I'll
But
make you dinner.
dinner will be
Aw.
served. You could yeah, and then we can take you to some other trail systems here in the Twin Cities. It'll be great. Okay.
Lots
I
of
like. I'm
places
going
to
back
ride.
to the name for real quick. I like
Mendenhill's?
Mendenhall's Gauntlet.
I like that too.
I kind of like that. That's kind of got a good vibe to it. We'll have to play with that one, but we lost the northern feel, so we got to kind of. Then it gets too long if you go the northern.
Mendenhall.
Yeah, no, get that out of here, right?
Too much.
Okay, so we dropped a video on Sunday on how we made the berm. It's a 70-foot long berm that goes downhill. Most berms, you start at the same level as you go at the exit. Yes, Holly, you have your hand raised like we're in some kind of classroom. Oh.
I did.
Yes, Holly.
Lily just gave the trails a 4 out of 10. Jared goes, I gave it a double black diamond.
Yeah. Jared has...
Jared just needs a few more days on the trails. And also, though, in my defense, when Scott started making the trails, they were like an ungroomed dog.
Because
There's
of the
gnarly.
roots
It was
and because of that.
An ungroomed dog? Was your, wait, hold on.
don't
An
know.
ungroomed dog? They're still cute and fun and cuddly.
No,
But
they
an
smell
ungroomed-
bad
What?
and they
Smell
need a
bad.
bath.
You can't brush their hair.
You can't brush their hair.
Oh my
everything
goodness.
Everything is
You're
hot mess.
saying because of the roots, there are so
There
many
were-
rocks and sticks
It
and
was
things.
so hard to ride. Like I could barely stay steady on my one wheel. And now that they've gone through and groomed the trails, they've cut down the roots and stuff. It's way easier. So I think I'm comparing it a little bit to how they
Yeah,
were
it's
before.
way better than it was a year ago, for sure. Last year we did a foxtail race out there, and we all suited up because we knew death would be around the corner if you fell right on your... I mean, just you would be impaled. We've eliminated so much and done so much work. It took us a year to get it to where we could put features on it. And so Jared, who is a local here, he rode it this past weekend, and he came in saying, I've never really rode trails that much of this level. So for him, yeah, it was very difficult. He did very well. He fell only a handful of times, and I kicked myself. I didn't film any of it, and one of the hardest falls I saw from a friend of mine named Ryan down the berm. I mean, he rolled down that thing with his one wheel. It was crazy, wild to watch,
I
but no
don't like
film
that.
footage. Just the way it goes. Sorry
Haven't
for...
you learned by now to film everything?
Yeah, I just didn't want to. I wanted to be in the
You
moment.
wanted to ride. You wanted to ride.
So people are asking how they can come to the trails.
Okay, we should do something. We should figure out how to do that. We are doing the last one wheeler standing, which is an invitation, but you have to fill out a form to be invited ultimately, because we can't have 100 people here, and we need to make sure that the rider has the ability to get their one wheels here, because we can't. We aren't
Not
providing one wheels. Thank you, but. We want to show the berm in maybe a couple different ways. Maybe you haven't seen the video where we dropped this week on how we built it and stuff. Go back and watch it. It's worth the watch. But here's the berm, 70 foot long in all.
Is
And
it
it's-
slow-mo?
Yeah, I slowed it down so you could really see it. Here's where it gets tricky. Right here, now you're going downhill with all this speed. That's the part that freaks everybody out, is that downhill. Most berms don't go straight into a downhill. That's what makes it very difficult. Okay, now we have shots of, here's my attempt where I get it. It took me several attempts to get it. I have no idea why. It just did. We're going to put a berm right there where you just saw me outrun it. We have Lily. Lily, what's your claim to fame on this berm, Lil?
That I got it on the first try.
How did you do that?
What did I call it yesterday?
because she does
Naive
tricks.
courage.
Naive
Because I didn't know.
courage.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect.
That is well said. Here she is on her first go of it. Now watch at the end. This is what's happened to a lot of people. She bails
Yeah, I got really scared.
and runs it out.
But
and then,
that's what I was telling Jared earlier. I perfected that. Like, I'm not running it out anymore. I just keep cruising.
she can keep cruising.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
The great thing about the way you ride the berm is you immediately go into regen when you're going downhill because it's recharging your battery, which is so great. I like some names coming in. Foxtails or Foxtail Gauntlet.
Foxtail Trails.
Foxtail Trail. That's kind of that's a fair one.
That's good because it's like branded to us.
To us, which we filmed. We filmed 3 videos yesterday. I don't know in the order they're going to drop, but we did do a foxtail race back in there with the features. We had not laughed that hard in a long time, so we can't wait to get you that. This
it was
is
fun
hilarious.
to do in the trails.
We put 10 minutes on the clock, and let's just say there's carnage everywhere. At one point, Lily pretty much throws me into the woods. She really did. I don't know why she did, but she did. I'm in the woods, laying there as she's trying to strip me of the foxtail. Just the way it went. Yeah. So can't wait for you to see all those things. We have some footage of my kids riding it. And you're going to see where the primary spots of people bailing on this. This is historic who's yet to be able to get it. This is where everybody bails, right there. When you turn into the downhill.
Aww.
She's going, I don't know why I can't get it. Here's Inspire. Look at Inspire rolling on this.
Oh.
Let's hit it again. It's all worth seeing. He comes in with blind confidence, and then
man,
just that.
Oh,
He
how
just
did
bails.
That happen?
He just wobbles, and then he kisses
wobbled.
the berm right there. Then we got Legend and Epic, the duo of boys that are trying to outcompete each other, outdo each other. Here's Epic on the berm flying in.
Nice.
He's going to have to outrun it into the trees there. And then Legend just rides it.
Of course.
Where they're all bailing into those trees, this weekend we're bringing in a couple tons of dirt, and we're going to put a 3-foot-high berm, I don't know, probably 10, 15 feet long, dirt berm so you can keep your speed and just roll into the next section. So this week we're going to be putting in dirt features in it, which we're pretty amped about being able to add to our trail systems here. As you can tell, it's becoming a really proper trail system. It needs a proper name. It needs something that when you see it, you're like, oh, I'm excited. I want to go ride those trails. And so we're pretty stoked on it. We're stoked on that teeter drop on coming out of where we're going to put it in the Sherwood Forest. We're going to put a dirt berm into that. So you're going to be able to hit that with some speed. The reason we put the drop in the teeter drop is so that you can mob that thing. You won't lose any speed. If it teeter-totters, like it drops, you'll lose a lot of speed, and we just didn't want to lose the speed. So thank you for enjoying some of the footage of the Mendenhall trails.
Mendenhill's trails.
The Mendenhall.
That's a little bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Mendenhall Trails.
Mendenhall. I just can't do it.
Mendenhill's Gauntlet.
It just doesn't roll off my.
Mendenhill's.
I like the word gauntlet. Gauntlet. The Northern Gauntlet Trails.
The Mendenhall Gauntlet.
I could do the Northern Gauntlet Trails. That's short, simple, rolls off your tongue. No?
Yeah, it's good.
It's not. No.
The Mendenhall Gauntlet.
I don't like the Mendenhall. I like it, but it's a tongue twister. I'll jack it up all
It's
the time.
because you're used to saying Mendenhall.
Yeah, and then what am I going to I'm going to one day write down Mendenhall instead of Mendenhall. I'm going to do Mendenhall Trail. It's too much.
It might be a counter, like a clash of branding.
a clash of just my brain cells not understanding what I'm actually trying to say. I think that's the issue. That's what it is. My brain is like, no, can't. Abort, don't say this. Okay. So you got to see that.
Scott Trail was one suggestion. We live on Scott Lake.
Yeah, somebody's saying sounds hallmarky. Jared's saying sounds hallmarky. Yeah, I think that's
love Hallmark.
Yeah,
wait, Mendenhall, the Mendenhall Gauntlet sounds hallmarky?
Or Mendenhall Trails does sound hallmarky. Thank you, Jared, for having my back on that.
Northern Gauntlet sound hallmarky?
No, Northern Gauntlet Trails? I don't think that's what he's saying.
What about the
Scott Trails? Why it says Scott Trails?
Northern Float Trails. Northern.
We got again, the Foxtail Gauntlet has been suggested again. I wish I lived in your area just so I can help you guys with your trails.
They're real fun.
What would you tell us to put in there? If you're saying help, what would you like us to put in there? What feature do we need to have to make this thing, wow, blow you away? Okay, as you guys finish off those conversations and say those things, I like Northern Gauntlet Trails right now. If you're opposing that idea, please let us hear. If you like that idea, let's see what you think. I will ride my GT from Minneapolis to come ride on my trails. That's sweet. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Are those? Somebody's asking. Are those real names are YouTube names for legend, epic, icon, and historic. Those are all their real names. Holly today
Did you see my mug?
Look at her desk today. You've got their names everywhere today.
I did. It was just Mother's Day.
Yeah, so her mug, all the kids' names.
I remember when you made that.
I'm too short on this mug.
Oh, I
and
thought
I'm
you were talking
one
about your
short
height.
on this. No. No, I'm not talking about my height.
Okay.
But it has my kids and my husband and I's name.
And so we have a saying that we put together with all of our real kids' names, which are their real names. They're not. And it's on that framed picture that's in front
plaque.
of Holly. We talk about living life as a legend, make the journey epic for everyone. Nonetheless. Okay, One Wheel always popping up, always in the wild, in content online and all that stuff. So we're going to show you today where we've seen it. Some of it you've probably seen if you follow social media from One Wheel or the Float Life. But this week, One Wheel did a nod to Full Monty. I think that's the name of the movie, right? If you missed it, here is their Full Monty nod. Super creative. Made me laugh. You can find this on their
Full
Instagram,
Monty?
right?
What's that?
It's a movie.
Oh, a Monty Python.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So this is a reenactment of a scene in the movie where this guy coming in on a one wheel, it's repeated in the movie as well, like this, and you can't pass kind of situation. It's super funny, and it just made me laugh, and I had to rewatch it over and over again because I was just like, what is going on here? And then I got it. I was like, hilarious. So here's this dude come flying on his one wheel, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do, just like in the movie. And then all of a sudden, this dude just buzzes by like you cannot pass situation. It's 48 seconds long, and that blows right through their caution tape and all, as if you're catching one guy's holding a mop on a street, which is just funny. Flow Life probably dropped one of the best videos on what to buy one wheel situation. If you've not seen this, you're on the fence of buying a one wheel, this is the go-to video you need to see. It's just done so well. He speaks so well in the video. He points out all the pluses and some of the drawbacks for each of the one wheels from the Pint X and the GT. I think if you're looking for which one do you buy, I'm going to point you to that video. We've never made anything that good on this channel that would really explain the differences between the three and the positives and the negatives. They don't bash any of them. They don't point out any like shipping flaws or any of those things. It's just straight facts for people looking what one wheel to buy. And then last week, Sports Center put this on their Instagram. I think, Lily, you showed this to me, actually. I was impressed.
Someone sent it to me
on
Instagram.
Okay. I was like, Lily follows Sports Center on Instagram? Look at this.
I do not.
We're going to do this as a race here. This is hilarious. And so many of you have seen it, but Sports Center picked up on this, and they were baffled by what was going on. Dudes riding on the beach, on their one wheels,
That's
on
hilarious.
their chairs. We're going to do a race here soon like that. Let's just roll that again. That's some good summer fun right there. If this should make you want to do this. It was like 95,000 times.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, and that was a week ago.
funny.
I don't even know where it's at today. That's impressive. That's a lot of fun. We're going to race like that. Yes, it's not an original idea, but it just feels like it should be done. The other thing we saw out there in the world is we have, I wrote Teddy, but I don't think that's right. Ted, can I one wheel? Let's just roll the footage of the next video. We'll see. Jogs my memory here. Hit play. Oh, she's not following on me. What's the next video after the Sports Center one? Click that one, and we'll put it up there. These are another video. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is the Jedi or riding a
Jedi.
one
I
wheel.
wrote Jedi, not Teddy.
Yeah, I wrote Jedi, but it looked like a T. Look at that. Hit that again. Just hit play again.
What's he supposed to be on? Star Wars fans?
What? You don't know what that is? I don't know
That's
the
a
name.
pod racer or what?
No, not a pod racer. But that's in the Return of the Jedi as they were on
That looks
the
awesome.
Ewoks planet riding around. That was for May the 4th be with you last week. And I just was like, yes, please. I want that. I want to ride around on that. I would, yeah. Now, hold on. Roll it again. Notice he is standing
He's
on his one
feet.
wheel.
Yeah.
He's not sitting somehow. He's actually standing,
riding the one wheel.
riding the one wheel. It's just well done. It looks so good. Super creative. And now we need your help on this last piece as we end today. Is this individual, Sam Heshaw?
Sam Henshaw.
Henshaw. Is he riding a one wheel in this music video of his? You'll have to go listen to the music video. Came out in 2019. Here is, that was it. We got him on a cloud.
Yeah. What do you think, guys? Do you think he's on?
Is
a
he
one-wheel?
on? We would play the whole music video for you, but we'd get a copyright
It's a
strike.
sweet video and song. It's called "Church" by Sam Henshaw. I found it the other day, and
Okay.
I was like, Scott, I think this guy's on a one wheel.
Yeah, so we were trying to figure out, you think he is the way his feet are positioned, or is he on a skateboard? What's he actually doing? If you're watching this as a podcast, I know you can't see these things, and I'm
I
sorry.
don't think his feet are wide enough.
You don't think his feet are wide enough?
Oh,
Put
that's a
that
good
picture back
point,
up there.
Holly. I never thought of that. His feet are not very wide.
So then
and
it
and
would-
like the way they're positioned, they're kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, but
he
you-
looks in the video. He looks like he's floating on a one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
he's carving,
Yeah, he
not
looks
like a
like he's
skateboard.
carving.
And I
Yeah.
don't think I would trust somebody else with the remote of an electric skateboard
I don't think I would either.
to control my speed.
I'd have to.
So I would say it's a one wheel. But I don't know. Maybe somebody's going not a Jedi.
The guy in that video, that's not a Jedi.
other
thing. He was
video.
part of the Rebel. Or
No, but if you go back to the Jedi, Return of the Jedi, oh yeah, it was only Luke riding in that. So Luke dressed like that and Leia dressed like that. So
Yes.
I got you. I see what you're at.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, misinformed. However, I am
It's all good.
stoked about Obi-Wan new
Yeah, we just watched
movie
that
or
trailer.
Ooh.
new whatever on Disney Plus.
Yes,
Okay.
See, lots of fun uses for your one wheels.
It's a speeder. That's what it is.
That's what it is. A speeder.
A speeder. That's
What's
what
a
that is.
speeder?
I don't
That's
really
what
know
that
Star
thing
Wars.
is from Jedi.
Oh.
That's what it is. We're
What?
At some point, we will all fire on all cylinders.
yeah. But we can't at all. That's some people come for just the straight shenanigans around here. Hey guys, thank you so much. As we end with last one we were standing, just to bring it back to your attention, we are filming that on the 10th and the 11th of June. It's going to be in a fun 2-day activity. Friday night, we're going to film all the racers. We're going to interview them and let them all practice. And then on Saturday morning, we are going to actually
Let the
film and do
race begin.
the races.
Yes, it's gonna be fun.
Which is going to have a foxtail race in there. We're going to recreate a lot of our most popular races we've done, so people get to experience how difficult some of those things are, even though they think, oh, it looks so easy to paddleboard as fast as you can and hop on a one wheel when you're winded. We're going to reenact all of those and let people race, and the last one standing wins the loot. Money, cash, donada, right? That's Spanish for money.
Dinero.
Dinero.
is
Donada
thank you.
is you're welcome.
I mean, you're welcome.
Oh,
Yeah.
I suck at
It's
any
okay.
language. English, Spanish, French.
Sorry, we got you.
Thank you. I mean, I
Well,
just do.
Lily
Happy
is
Monday.
fluent in Spanish.
Happy Monday, people. Okay. And then the other thing is, like, I don't know if you're stoked. We're stoked about it. The ORL events. Lily, what does ORL stand for?
One Wheel Racing League.
Wow, you didn't even have to think
Wow,
about that.
that was like a commentary voice too.
You said that so
One-wheel
fast
racing
One
that the
wheel
switcher couldn't even
racing.
switch to you.
I know, it's crazy.
It's impressive. Okay,
It's
so
crazy.
One Wheel Racing League. They are kicking off their stuff. Here are the different places. So you have the 17th of June, Wheel Scorcher. You have July 9th, Western Regional Qualifiers. You have Eastern Qualifiers on July 30th. Seek and Shred, June 2nd through the 5th. You have Dirt Surfs, which is May 20th through the 22nd. And it just keeps
exciting.
looping. Those are all those events. I think the Dirt Surf is the most closest. I think that's in Arkansas. It was a sweet event last year. They do live stream it. You can watch it on their One Wheel Racing League. I think it is YouTube channel to be able to watch that stuff. Okay, that said, guys, thank you everybody for hanging with us today on our One Wheel Wednesday podcast. We're so stoked to be able to hang with you each and every week. Give yourself an applause. You are awesome. We
love
are grateful
Wednesdays.
to have you here. Thank you for all the interactions this week. Lily is going to pick someone that's dropped a comment in the comment section over and over again, and you're going to be a proud
Unless,
new owner.
are we doing the farthest away?
Yeah, did you write that down?
Well, yeah, someone's in Australia.
Australia.
The farthest, I would think.
Okay, Australia. Who are you from Australia?
Oh,
Let's-
I lost them.
You lost them. If you're still watching from Australia, you got a
Chime
one
in.
wheel mini kit. You need to DM us your address on Instagram.
Yeah, if you're still watching, if you're
Okay.
from Australia.
Slide in my DMs, give me your street address so we can mail it to you. Do not put your street address in the comments here. Then Lily is going to thumb through like we do all the time, find and just randomly place her finger on a name, and you are going to get also a mini one wheel kit as well.
Points
Lily-
13.
Points 13.
Oh,
Mini one wheel
You're
kit.
the winner.
You're the winner. Wonder how that
Well
sounded.
done. Points 13.
I wonder how that sounded when you covered your microphone. If that sounded any different. It probably is breaking people's ears.
Winner.
Why would you do that? Okay, you are the winner. So slide in our DMs as well. Everybody else, thank you so much for enjoying your time with us. We've enjoyed being able to chat with all of you. You guys are awesome. You're rock stars. Answer this question for the remainder of the week. What does love require you to do? What does, in any situation, if you're mad at somebody, ask yourself, what would love actually require me to do in this given moment? If you want to poke somebody in the eye because they're just frustrating you, what does love require you to do? And it's never to poke somebody in the eye. If you answer that question right, your life will be less complicated and less messy. That's our tip today. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week on One Wheel Standing. Have a delightful week. Bye, everyone.
See ya.